today I have a spooky box club unboxing for you. Now this spooky box was due to get here at the end of March and we're now kind of nearly at the end of April and I've only just got it. I'm kind of used to it now, Spooky Box Club coming late. I do really wish they could get like a date and stick to it because they do have like a countdown on the website and the countdown ended like at the end of March. But I got this yesterday. I've been really super excited to open it because it feels like a really heavy box. I suspect since we're meant to be getting like another Spooky Box Club like now, that they'll probably do the next one late and it'll probably end up with us getting like a double box at some point in the near future. But alas, I am so glad that I finally got this box. Now this is the Tales of Terror box. And I have a tale of terror to tell you because today, approximately 3 hours ago, I was driving home, the sun was shining, it had just stopped raining. We got past hump day. I was feeling pretty happy. I thought I'll have a nice relaxing evening, film my spooky box. But no, someone decided to crash into my car. So when I got home, I've been dealing with the insurance company. It's just been manic. And honestly, I wasn't going to bother filming tonight. But I thought the best way to make myself feel better was to feel spooky. And I'm already feeling spooky because on the sticker, there is a ghostie. It is a little black and white sticker. It has a little full moon scene. There's a little ghostie coming up and it says Tales of Terror in dripping blood. Straight away, the sticker on this box is my aesthetic. So if there is anything in this box like full moon or ghost themed, I'm going to be happy. As for the box, this one's come a little bit smashed up, but hopefully everything inside is okay. It feels very heavy. It's our usual box. It says Spooky Box Club on the front and has the address on the back. And as always, I'm going to do this as a blind unboxing. I have to say this is probably one of the heaviest spooky boxes which we've got. I haven't actually had any spoilers for this. I did see a thumbnail and it had someone holding something up but I couldn't really see what it was, and when I saw spooky box I scrolled on. I know that there's something in an organza bag but I don't think I've really had any spoilers for this. And as for Tales of Terror, I actually have absolutely no idea what kind of things could be in here. So something moved when I opened that. Okay, so I can feel like a lot of stuff going on in here. I'm trying to find the cheat sheet that is normally on the top, but I can't feel it at all, so I'm just going to go straight in. First off, I'm going to pull out this. Oh, okay, so it says Bloody Bookmark. So the writing's at the top, it's got some bats, and then it has this kind of checkered print with blood dripping. I'm not sure if this is the actual bookmark or whether or not there's something inside it. I didn't actually consider like Tales of Terror to be book themed, but if it is, I'm super excited about that. And like oddly enough, I was thinking yesterday when I lost my page in my book because I kind of fold the corners over, I should probably get a bookmark. Ooh, okay. How strange. Let me... Inside it has this kind of like red thing. I'm not sure if you're meant to peel it out. Let's just, maybe if I take it fully out of the wrapper. Now I did just remember we did actually get a bookmark before in the spooky library box, and I do actually have it stuck to my window because it was a really weird material, and this feels like it is kind of the same. It's sort of this like sticky, like rubber-like material. It's very like bendy as you can see, but it returns back to its original shape. Again, this is definitely the type of like sticky material that you could like shove onto a window and it would stick there. It's a bit of a weird bookmark. I feel like I'm not really sure if I'll use it or not. But let me get my book and we'll see if it sticks in there. Okay, so currently I'm reading Silence of the Lambs and I am thus way through. As you can see, I'm a foldy kind of corner person, but I'm just going to see if I can stick this in like on a random page. So it doesn't actually stick to the paper like I thought it may. So this is what it looks like either side of the book. I'd say this is a pretty average size book, so I know you can get smaller and bigger books, but I'd say this is a pretty bog standard kind of paperback book, and you can have it sort of sticking out the top like this, or I guess actually sticking out the bottom. That would look quite cool as well. I'm not 100% sure if I will use this as a bookmark. I may give it a go, but there you go. There's the first item in this box. So next up is something else in a plastic wrapper. Oh, I can see a bat, and this is a Batty planner book band. So definitely I feel like there is a book theme going on, which I am totally cool with. Back there somewhere under that I have the pillows that we got in the library box. So I'm wondering whether or not we'll get a kind of similar item to that in this. This is basically a bat on a stretchy band. The bat seems to be made out of like a leather material. And hopefully you'll be able to see that around the outside it's been embroidered purple, and it also has some little eyes and ears embroidered as well. Now what you could do if you don't want to stick this over something is you could really easily just cut the band off, and this would look like a really awesome patch, but it is on just this stretchy band so you can put it around things. So I do actually have like a planner or a diary, but I like actually don't use it very often, but I imagine I feel like this book is a bit too... Okay, if I put it this way, this is kind of what it looks like, which I think is pretty cool. So you've got like all of your notes in there, and you can put that around the outside. I think that's like quite a cool feature. I'm not really sure what I'd need it for. I guess if you've got lots of loose paper, it will keep everything together. So I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to use that as like a book thing, or if I'll cut it out and use it as a patch, or... yes, I can use it as a strange hairband. Actually, this would probably be really good for getting my hair out my eyes when I'm trying to do my makeup. And since I'm a crazy bat lady, I feel like I'll be able to find some kind of use for that, even if I don't use it as a planner. What was it called? A planner band. Okay, so next up I can feel something papery. I think that may be the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet definitely feels a lot thinner this time. I feel like they may have changed their supplier or something, but it really doesn't matter. It's just a cheat sheet. Okay, so next up on here I can feel a pin, and it's primarily black. It looks black and silver, which is one of my favourite style of pins. We get a lot of like pinscription pins in this style, and I love this. I think I'm going to put this on my pumpkin pin jacket rather than my like general pin jacket that I put everything on. I did explain in my pinscription thing that my pin jacket is just like getting insane, and it's very, very heavy to wear, and I started kind of decorating a few other jackets, but this is my pumpkin patch jacket, which is mainly pumpkin pins, as you can see, but I absolutely love this pin, and I feel like it would work very nicely like on the top of the collar of this one. So it's, as you can see, a black and silver pin, and it says "Tell me a ghost story," and then it has this kind of twig-like design. There's a little stars in the background. It's like a night sky, and there's a little crescent moon. At the top it just says Spooky Box Club, tell me a story ghost pin, and that it's custom made and limited edition. I love the little like spiderweb print on the back, and this is a good kind of size pin. It's quite a big pin. It does only have one pin back, but by the look of it, the kind of pin is further up at the top, so that should avoid it from like twisting around the wrong way. Right, so I'm going to put this on my jacket. I think I'm going to put it on this side since I have a black cat on the other one, and I'd like to keep it sort of relatively even. There it is at the top. I think that looks so cool. This is such a nice pin. I think this is possibly one of my favourite Spooky Box pins that we've ever got. I really, really loved like black and silver pins. I just love the way that like light kind of captures them and the writing sort of shimmers. I just really like this pin. It's definitely one of my favourite pins I own, not just Spooky Box Club pins, but like actual one of my favourite pins. Also seem like a really, really nice quality as well, and there's lots of details and things in it, so I am very pleased with that one. So next up in here is the lolly, and this month is red and white. My lolly has got a little bit smashed up in the post, but it does not matter. These lollies don't really come with any like flavours or anything, but it is this kind of white and red colour, so I'm going to guess it's probably going to be more of a strawberry flavoured lolly. Oh, turns out it's almost like a really minty flavour. Or maybe that's like a licorice flavour. So I can't make my mind up, so I'm going to say that this is a mint licorice flavoured lolly. Definitely not like the strawberry taste I was expecting when I licked that. So that was our fourth item that we've got so far in this box. Next up there feels like a really large item, and there's still a few things in here. Maybe one thing in here. This feels really large. This is what kind of popped up when I opened the box. It feels like it could be a fabric item, and it has bats on it. Oh, what is this? It's a Batty book slip. This sleeve is perfect to keep your book, e-reader, planner, tablet or notebook and pen from getting damaged in your bag. That is so cute. I don't actually have anything really that small to go in here other than my actual book that I read, but I don't ever worry about that getting damaged. So I'm gonna have to find some use for this, but I really like this. I wish they made this in a larger form so I could put my laptop in here, because it would be so perfect for my laptop. But it is this kind of protective cover. If any of you have got like a laptop cover, it just feels exactly like that. It's kind of like slightly squishy. It's probably about the size of an iPad, sort of. I've got a iPhone SE to give you some form of like a size comparison. And if I grab my book, there you go, you can see that actually it would fit my book in it quite nicely. I guess you could probably also use this for crafting or something. If you have a specific project, you could have this as a project bag, but I'm sure I'll find some kind of use for it. It does also really remind me of the makeup bag which we got. I absolutely love this makeup bag. I have two of them. This is actually my like craft one. It's got crafty stuff in it, but I actually have one as my actual makeup bag, and I bought a second one kind of to use for crafting but also as a backup, just because I've literally never found a makeup bag that perfect. Oh my goodness, I just found my spiderweb eyelashes that I was looking for. I had to open a new box today because I'd lost these. Anyway, back to the thing. It is very squishy. I'm going to take my book out so I can show you in slightly more detail. It is kind of bendy, but it's more of like a foam kind of feeling. It has all these cute little bats on it, a couple of stars and moons. I'm not too sure what that is. Oh, it seems like a little bit of the bat's wing may have like chipped off there, but I think that was just a slight, yeah, it looks like it's just like a slight error on mine, but it is like a purple colour. On the inside it's got a really nice sort of suede lining, so this is gonna like prevent it from scratching your screen or anything. It has this bit of like elastic and also this button at the front that says Spooky Box Club, and then you can put that over and button it shut and make sure whatever's in there doesn't fall out. For some reason I'm like really drawn to this button. I feel like I kind of want to take it off and sew it on something else, but that is the bag. It feels like a really nice quality. It looks like it's all very nicely sewn. This kind of elastic does look quite tight. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it is really pulling over, so I feel like with a bit of use that's going to kind of loosen up a bit. This is really nice, and I'm kind of gutted I don't have an iPad or a Kindle or anything to put in there, but I'm sure I'll find some kind of use for it, even if it is just for like carrying around my book or my diary that I never use. I feel like that was the big kind of like fabric item. I can feel like a little organza bag in here, and it looks like it may be a necklace, although there doesn't seem to be much of a chain, so perhaps it is a choker. So it's in a black organza bag. No, it is a necklace, and I absolutely adore this chain. This is actually so gorgeous. I'm not exactly sure what this pendant is meant to be of, but it kind of looks like a coffin nail to me, or maybe like some weird kind of dagger or some form of pendulum or something, but to me it just reminds me a bit of a coffin nail. And the chain is gorgeous. Now I have to say straight up, although this does look really nice, it does feel pretty cheap. Like, you know when you feel like a good quality metal and it feels kind of cold? This doesn't. It feels almost like plasticky, but at the same time I really like the look of it. I have found with Spooky Box Club things, they are perfect just to wear for the day, not the kind of sort of jewelry like these pieces which I would wear every day in the bath, in the shower, all the time. Like, they can't really withstand daily use, just because obviously you sweat and you, as I said, you get wet in the shower and stuff, and it does kind of tarnish them. But these kind of necklaces are perfect for like wearing on the odd day out if you have a specific outfit that will go really nicely with it. So this is the pendant, which looks like a nail. Right at the top it has like a tiny little skull in that bit, and it's the same on the other side. Now I have to say this kind of, I'm going to call it a coffin nail, feels particularly like cheap. It feels like it could be a plastic with like silver painted on there. I don't know if you can see the little kind of imperfections on there, but like I can 120% guarantee that is not metal. That is just a plastic painted silver. The chain itself though does feel more like a metal, and it's a very interesting looking chain. I really like this look. Kind of almost reminds me of bones, but it's a really nice looking chain. I think that's so gorgeous. It does get a little bit tangled. At the top it has a regular lobster clasp with an extension chain, so you can wear it a bit longer. This isn't the kind of chain where you can wear this like as a choker, so this will be the shortest length which you can wear it at. And actually looking at it, the pendant itself, which I'd probably likely to take off of the chain, the actual hoop itself is large enough so you will be able to thread this off quite easily and add a different charm or a different pendant onto it, or even just wear it without a pendant. So for the sake of science, I'm going to try and put this on. I don't think it really matters which way around you wear this, since the pendant or like the coffin nail thing looks the same on either side. But this is the shortest setting, so it is probably about a 18 to 20 inch long chain. I apologise in advance for taking you down into my cleavage, but this is how kind of long it hangs. I still do really like the way this chain looks. It's nice and refreshing to see a chain that looks slightly different. And as for the charm, as I said, it's definitely like a plastic charm, but I guess on the outside it's less likely to tarnish if it is just a plastic painted silver. The chain itself has a good weight to it. The pendant weighs absolutely nothing. Definitely feel like I'll be able to kind of team this with a few outfits, and I'm sure maybe not this necklace, but a few of my Simply Gothic necklaces may go quite nicely with this pendant. So I think we have one more thing left in this box, and by the feel of it, it seems like it's quite big. Since everything's kind of been book themed, I'm gonna guess that this is a book. Oh, I was wrong, there is some other stuff in here. Okay, I'm gonna go for the, is that just an empty organza bag? That's an empty organza bag. I'm gonna go for the thing at the bottom first because I feel like it may be a print. So these are Lost Letters sticky notepad set. Yes, I love sticky notepads. Well, basically at school I am always having to write notes on little pads to remind myself to do stuff. I am a list maker, and I never used to be a list maker, but I can blame Simply Gothic for making me a list maker. She is like the most meticulous when it comes to list making, and after buying some spooky stationery this year from HomeSense and TK Maxx, I have just been making a lot of lists. So this is what the front looks like. It says Lost Letters sticky notepad, and it has a little bat with a crown on, and I love this kind of swirly pattern. At the bottom it says Vintage Emporia inspired sticky notes, and it has a crescent moon, and the rest is all kind of spiderweb themed, so I will be saving this kind of paper. So let us reveal what it looks like inside. Okay, so that wasn't quite what I was expecting, but again it's got a bit more of the spiderweb themed, and then it has 4 little sticky note things. I don't really know how I feel about these. I was expecting them to be like in ghost shape, or like, I don't know what, I thought maybe in like a tombstone shape, but these are meant to look like burnt pieces of paper, like little burnt notes, which I guess is quite cute. It's just not what I was like expecting to see when I opened it. I don't know about you, but this one really reminds me of a piece of toast. And then this one has like a bit of like a burnt corner, and as you can see all of them are the same. I'm going to take the top one off, and the stickiness goes down to there, so you get quite a good amount of stickiness on them. This one is kind of more like a flat blanket, and then this one again is a bit more burnt around the edges. As for stickiness, these are super sticky. I feel like they'll work really good as sticky notes. I honestly don't really know how I feel about these sticky notes. I kind of feel like I'm a bit indifferent to them. They're definitely not something I would have bought if I had seen them there. I'm not sure. Lost Letters, I guess Lost Letters could kind of apply that they're sort of old and forgotten, but I'm not going to be like racing to use these. They're definitely like not in your face spooky. I mean, the packaging is super spooky, but these just kind of look a bit burnt. So if anyone is interested in some burnt looking sticky note pads, you know where to find them. So to the final item, it feels super heavy. I feel like this is what was making the box super weighty. It's in a big organza bag. So the kind of spoiler, or like the thumbnail which I saw, was literally someone doing this. So I don't actually know what it is. I can see some bubble wrap, so I'm going to open this up. I just saw the pattern and it is gorgeous. So take that out. This seems really, really nice. I feel like this is definitely what the main money's going to, and oh, this is gorgeous. I love stationery. Stationery is my jam. We did get like a stationery box from Spooky Books Club once, and they did give us a notebook in that, which, like, I'm going to be completely honest with you, is somewhere around here because I took a picture of it the other day, but I haven't actually used it to write in because it's just so gorgeous. I'm like, I don't want to start writing in this. This is too nice. And I am a stationery freak. I absolutely, stationery is my jam. But this, oh, this is gorgeous. It feels so nice. So it's this kind of notebook. As you can see, it's got this really lovely pattern on it. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, calm down. Take a breath. So, got this spiderweb pattern throughout, and then there's lots of little stars in the background, and then there's these little kind of stars hanging off of them that look a bit like spiders. They're like spider stars is what I'm going to call them. As you can see, there is also little stars on the spine of the book. It feels like a super nice quality. It is a hardback book, which is really nice, and it does have a little ribbon coming out of it. It's also a really weighty book. Like, it is heavier than the book that I'm reading. Oh look, they are like pretty much the same size. So inside it has loads of pages. I love the fact that this is like such a thick book, and it has lots and lots of like plain paper in there. It feels like it's probably not the thickest paper in the world, but it still feels really nice. It definitely will withstand kind of ink and things. And then here you go is the little ribbon that's inside there. There's nothing crazy going on. There's no like writing or anything in there. I'm not even sure if it says, oh yeah, it does. It does say Spooky Books Club at the bottom, but it's all really nice and subtle, and it definitely gives me kind of like witchy vibes. But I just really, really like it. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. I tend to write on lined paper, and also when I get notebooks like this, I just think they're so gorgeous. I just want to look at them and stroke them. I don't want to like harm them, but I do probably need to write in it because I've got such a hoard of notebooks now. I feel like this is definitely up there for one of my favourite Spooky Books Club items that we've ever got. It's so nicely made. That is everything I think that we've got in the box. Let's have a look at the confetti. I feel like they may have run out of time and money with their confetti, because as you can see there's hardly anything and they're just tiny little red hearts. But perhaps this was the box we paid for in February maybe, and it's kind of like Valentine's. Who knows? So I'm going to go back to the cheat sheet. So number one is a custom made golden web journal, which is this, I have to say, one of my favourite items from here. Custom made Tell Me a Ghost Story pin, which I put on my jacket, which again is one of my favourite pins that we've got for Spooky Books Club. A coffin nail necklace, I was right, which was this, probably my least favourite thing, which we got from the box. Custom made bat band planner band thing, this. Again, not too sure what I'd do with it. In all honesty, I'd probably use it as a patch if I'm going to use it for anything. But knowing me, I'll probably just find something to wrap it around and it will live there for the rest of its life. Custom made bookmark. Again, I'd probably put this like on par with the necklace. I'm not sure whether or not I use it. You've got to try everything twice in life. So next up is the Batty book slip cover, which is this. Again, I really, really like this. It's super, super nice quality. Not 100% sure what I'm going to use it for. Yeah, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head which I could put in here, unless I take it like to the gym and like have it as like a little kind of handbag and like put all my stuff in there. But I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. But I'm sure I can find something or other to do with it. If not, it'll probably sit there looking pretty. But yeah, that's a really nice quality, and I definitely recommend that to anyone who has like a tablet or something. I really wish they made it in laptop form, because I've been looking for a thing just like that for my actual laptop, because I keep my laptop in my like rucksack when I go to uni and it gets like smashed around, so I would like something like this which will give it like a little bit of support and protection. The Lost Letters sticky note set. Again, a bit of like a weird item, I thought. Wasn't what I was expecting, but I had quite high expectations because I am like a stationery snob. And yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I use these. They do look a bit like toast. If I'm honest, I'll probably put these in the drawer and never touch them again. So if anyone else is interested in them, or it's down their street, or they do crafting, oh, maybe I'll send it to the Midnight Crafter. I'll ask Midnight Crafter, see if she would like these, because she may be able to use them in her crafting. And then finally is the handcrafted lollipop, which I think is like mint licorice or something. That's everything that we got from the Tales of Treasure box. I'm feeling mixed vibes about this box. There are a few things specifically that I really like, including this book mainly, but I also really like this, although I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. There are a few kind of middle items which I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with, and then there's a couple items like the necklace and the bookmark, which just kind of seem like fillers, or maybe not fillers, they may just kind of seem like cheap alternatives to something else that you could have had. I feel like there are so many options for a bookmark, and the ghost bookmark that we got is just adorable, so I may actually take that off my window and just put it in my book, although I love having that ghosty on my window because he glows in the dark, and at night when I lay in my bed, when I can actually get to my bed, I can just see him like glowing in my window like a spooky little ghost. So that was the Tales of Terror box. I'm going to say that I was pleased with this box. I know there are a few items which I don't particularly love, but I feel like this book just makes up for all of it. This box was paid for when the price was still £25. So all the stuff you saw today comes to the value of or above £25. I definitely feel like if I'm buying a notebook of this standard, it would have at least cost me 20 quid, and then something like this would have easily cost a tenner. So I definitely feel like, minus all the other like random little bits that we got in this box, oh, and the pin, I loved the pin. Okay, this box was definitely worth the money then. The pin was amazing, the book was amazing, this was amazing, the rest was a little bit blah blah blah, but I feel like it definitely was worth the money. The reason why I'm talking about these boxes being £25, if you didn't know or realise, because they've done it in a very sneaky way, they have upped the price to £27 something, very close to £28, which to me seems very close to £30 rather than £25. They upped the postage price, so when you subscribe it looks like it's the same price, but the postage has like a few extra pounds added on there. They say it's allowing them to get better quality products, which I can kind of get. Like, obviously the more you pay out, the better products you're going to get, which I'm fine with. As long as I'm getting my money's worth, I do not mind. For less stuff which are better quality than more stuff that's cheap, if that makes any sense. I have had quite a few questions recently about whether or not Spooky Books Club is worth it, because I mean, quite honestly, a lot of stuff does just kind of end up sitting on the side. Since it's stuff that I don't actually particularly need, like if I need a notebook I will go and buy it, it's just kind of extra stuff. I'd say with Spooky Box Club, totally worth kind of pre-ordering if you see one box which is one theme that you particularly like. But if like me, you're a bit open, you just kind of like everything spooky and Halloweeny and kind of almost like gothic, I feel like it's probably worth subscribing to. I feel like it definitely is a bit hit and miss. Some months you are like, what is this? Other months you're like, yes, and then there's kind of months like this where it's a bit in between, where you feel a bit like, I kind of really loved half the items, I don't really mind the other half, but some of the items that you do get are really good quality, and it kind of makes up for the fact that maybe the bookmark was a bit cheaper or the necklace is made of plastic or whatever. So it's obviously personal preference, but as for me, I can justify paying £30, almost £30 a month for this subscription. As always, I will leave all the information that you need down below as to how to subscribe, etc. to Spooky Box Club, and I have also made a playlist of all my previous Spooky Box Clubs. I have been doing Spooky Box Club for nearly 2 years now, so I've got quite a few Spooky Box Club unboxing videos in case you missed any of the previous ones. So thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!